I've seen in the news of a Depopper who's made over $1 million in revenue in just 1 year. Hi everybody, my name is Miracle and I have a Depop shop which sold over 1,000 items in sales. So today I wanted to share with you some tips, tricks and advice on how to get your Depop from a side hustle to a main hustle. The first thing is sourcing. When it comes to sourcing your clothes, you want to go and find the things that are most unique. First, you need to pick a niche for your shop. What's your aesthetic for your shop? Because people don't come to Depop to find basic, like everyday fashion. I know people struggle a lot when it comes to finding supplies, specifically for Y2K, 90s, 2000. So I'm going to list 15 of the best supplies that I found that I have personally used to source clothing items for my shop. Now, these are people that I have dealt with. My items have come, there have been no issues, but please make sure you exercise caution when handling money with another person. So I'm going to list all of those suppliers in the description box. You're going to find absolutely amazing pieces, and this will really help you to start standing out. When it comes to photography, you do not need a professional camera. You can use your iPhone or your Samsung, but the most important thing when it comes to taking your photographs is your lighting. Go outside and take some photos. It's summer, so the sun's gonna be there for most of the time. If you're in a country where you not get persistent sunlight or it's always raining, like in London, you just need 2 soft boxes or 2 umbrella lights and a tripod to set your lighting up, and you're good to go for when it comes to taking your photographs. Another thing with taking your photographs, try and be consistent in your setup, because that way when people see your item in the search results, if your background is consistent, then that person realizes these are all from the same seller, and so okay, I've seen a couple things that I like from their shop, so they're going to end up going to your page. They can then browse your full collection, because that way you're more likely to have a sale, because they're more likely to find what they like, and you might even get a bundle. Now, when it comes to taking your photos, modeled clothes are the best options, because if you put your clothes in a flat lay or hanging, people are always going to ask for, oh, can I see this on a model? And I know I've missed out on a ton of sales, hundreds, because my items are not modeled. People always want to see what it looks like on a person. So if you have a mannequin, that's also another option. Flat lays are the second best option, because you can make it look really aesthetic, and that can help provide a consistent theme in your shop. I don't really like hanging photos because it just doesn't do the item as much justice. Second step is listing your item, and you want to include as much information as you can. You see all those categories that Depop have on their page: colors, style, occasion. Fill in all of them, because that's really optimizes your item and makes it more likely to come up higher in the search results. Include relevant hashtags. Is it Y2K? Is it fairy? Is it 90s? Is it a baby tee? Just hashtags are very important. Make sure you use relevant hashtags, and Depop also know, and they kind of reduce you lower in the search if you're using irrelevant hashtags. When it comes to writing your description, think about what you will write when you're searching for that thing. Write it like that. We're all the same. When we're looking for something, we type it exactly what we want. If you emulate that, your search is more likely to come up and correspond with what someone is looking for. When it comes to pricing your item, if you're a smaller Depopper who's just starting out, I would say reduce your price just a little bit, because that just gives you the competitive advantage. If you're just starting small and there's not a lot of people on your shop, your item's going to stand there for a long time, because they're probably going to go to the other seller. But if your item is just a little bit lower, they're going to be like, oh wow, this is cheaper, so I'm going to go there. Before you put a price on anything, make sure you research what the going rate is. You don't want to go slap on $20 or £20 when people are actually selling it for 50. So make sure you research before you put it on, just to make sure you're pricing it fairly, because if you price it too high, it's never going to sell. But if you price it too low, you're losing out on profits that you can definitely reinvest into your business. And also another thing is, considering all the other factors, make sure you add a couple pounds or couple dollars on top of the minimum price you will go for, because that way you get to account for if someone puts an offer on your item. So that means you can still accept an offer and more likely to sell that item, but it also means that you're not really losing out on a lot of profit. It's important that you get people to your page, because otherwise they're never going to see your stuff. And to do that, there's no secret to it. You just have to be super active. Follow other people as much as you can. Go on their page, like a couple items. And the secret to liking, to get people to react to your likes, follow them and then like 3 or 4 items, but don't like the 3 most recent items. Make sure you distribute your likes between different things, because that way it looks like you're really looking through their page. They are going to want to reciprocate that, and they're more likely to go to your shop, and then hopefully they see something they like and they buy it. Much like with any business, being active on social media is very important. You want to make your social media as aesthetically pleasing. Like you see loads of different Depoppers or businesses in general would make sure that their Instagram is very pleasing to the eye and very beautiful. You want to try to emulate that, because people don't really spend all their day on Depop, because Depop is not a social media platform, but more people are likely to be on Instagram and on TikTok. So you want to create content from there, because that way when people come across your content on those platforms, it's very, very important for driving traffic to your Depop page. Now, I have some really, really cool secret tips that I've used to grow my Depop, so I'm just going to be reading them off of here and take notes, because this can definitely help your business. So number one is offer free shipping, but add a portion of the shipping cost of the item. So instead of the item being £20 plus £5 shipping, make it £23 or £24, because there's something about the brain psychologically, we all love free shipping, but that way you're not really losing as much. People are literally twice as likely to buy your item if you're offering free shipping. Number two, offer same day or next day postage. Everyone wants their item ASAP, so ship it quickly and they're more likely to buy. This is one that's very common. Press edit and just make a little edit, or just wait a few seconds and repost your item. This just makes it come up higher in the search. So if you know any big sellers, go onto their page and go to the list of reviewers, and for the most recent ones, like their items and follow their page, because those people are people who are active and ready to buy on Depop. If a big seller has just recently posted something, go on their page on that item that they just recently posted, and the people that have just liked the items, follow those people, like their item, because they're active. So basically this is all about targeting people who are actively on Depop right now, because they're already on the app. So if you're interacting with them, they'll be thinking, oh, might as well go on this page and see what they have, and they're more likely to land on your page and then lead to a sale. Next is periodically do crazy sales like 50% off. Everyone loves a sale, and nowadays Depop do the thing where if someone liked an item or was adding an item to the basket and you put it on sale, Depop will notify them and they're more likely to sell. Like, who wouldn't go for something crazy like 50% off? Because that way that just grows your Depop following and grows your sales, which just helps you grow as a Depopper and just brings more people to your page, and they will follow you and be like, oh, I really like her stuff, even though I like it for the sale, and they might just come back next time and buy it full price. Another thing, when it comes to offers, I know loads of people who send me an offer and then they go and disappear into thin air. Now, I want you to follow up with them. If someone sends you an offer on an item and they don't buy within a few hours, message them, because believe it or not, some people just forget that they've put an offer on an item, or maybe their phone's bugging and doesn't send them a notification that you've accepted the offer. So just message them and tell them, oh, I've accepted the offer that you put on my page. And trust me, I've had like numerous people, they'll be like, oh, sorry, I completely forgot about this, and they end up buying the item. So don't let those offers go to waste. Definitely give it a go. Post consistently, and if you post anything new, keep it at the top of your shop, because there are people that might come to your shop often but you just don't know. But if you post consistently and put new items on your shop, and every time they come to your shop they see something new, they're gonna be like, oh, this person is really posting consistently, and then they will know to consistently check your shop because they know there's gonna be new things more often than not. Refresh consistently. I know I already spoke about this, but when I say refresh consistently, at the height of my Depop career, I was refreshing each item like 20 times a day. You want to refresh as often as you can and throughout the day, because you don't know what time and what point people are on Depop. So refresh as much as you possibly can. Ask for reviews. Don't just sell something, send it to the person and that's it. Ask for reviews, because that really builds your reputation. If someone sees that you have 100 reviews and it's all like 5 stars, they're gonna know like, oh, this is a really reputable person. They're going to be like, okay, then I trust them, and they'll buy from your page. If someone gives you a negative review because of a mix-up, maybe because you sent the item late, because you were busy, whatever, if someone gives you a negative review, even if it's just 1 2-star review or 1 3-star review, that can have an impact on people psychologically, because we're always looking for the negative. So even if you go on someone's Depop reviews and you see 50 5-star reviews, but you see that 1 3 or 2-star review, that begins to cloud your judgment, and you'll be like, okay, what happened here? Or if you have like 2 or 3 of those, okay, the person is really a bit more hesitant, because we always focus on the negatives. Think about when you're looking at Amazon reviews, you just ignore all the thousands and thousands of positive reviews and look for the negative one, because you want to see what could go wrong. So if you have a negative experience with someone, what I do is I give them the item for free, or I give them partial refund, because so that way they can take away the negative review that they leave, and also it doesn't reduce your average, because if you have 1 like 3-star review, it can take you from a 5-star to a 4.8 star. Package your items nicely. obviously put some little goodies in there because it really stands out. And even if you send your item just a little bit late, if someone receives the item and it's so lovingly packaged, it all goes away because they're gonna be like, oh wow, this is so cool, this is so beautiful. So I would really recommend that you package your items as nicely as you possibly can. And my final tip is don't ever be rude. Like, even if someone's being very hostile to you or being rude to you, don't be rude. This is a business. Customers always right. That's the first rule of business. If someone's being rude, just ignore them, just block them. There's no need for all of that because that can really taint your business. So those are some of my tips that help me grow my Depop. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. And I really hope this list of suppliers can really help you with your Depop and get you growing this side hustle. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one.